Hi, welcome back to the Creative Hand Art Journaling. My name is Jill Langdon. I've taken a 2-month hiatus because we've now moved into our new home. So today I'm working on fears because with this new home there's been a lot of risks, and I've been trying to settle in without too much success, but it's coming along. I do feel that my house is becoming my home, and one of my biggest fears since I've had from childhood is thunderstorms. So if you're wondering why all of a sudden I'm doing a dark gray sky, that is the reason. I've been getting to worst case scenario mode past couple of weeks. The most recent one being at my husband's work this past Friday. The information I was given was that there was something wrong with the water at work, so they wouldn't be able to use the facilities at all. And I got to thinking that, my God, they're going to close down the whole shop because there's no water, and then if my husband's out of work, then we won't be able to pay for our new house. So as you can see, I totally went to worst case scenario. And that was pretty difficult for me to get through the rest of the day until I got more knowledge that, oh no, it was just a sewer that backed up, and oh, it'll all be taken care of, nothing to concern myself about. So I'm looking, the sky seems to be going a lot darker than what I was actually thinking I'd have. I mean, granted, when thunderstorms come, it is a very dark time, and when I grew up, I call it Thunderstorm Alley. We lived between mountains and a river, and the thunderstorms always followed that river. A couple of times when I was a kid, the thunder clouds seemed to just open right above my head and shook the whole house as the thunder happened. And then the lightning was so bright, I thought I was seeing the face of God. So I thought this would be the best way to demonstrate a sense of fear, especially where this one's my worst one. Now if I can get all the gray pretty much to be similar in value, that would be a little more helpful, but you get the idea. The sky is gray, and then I'm going to put big black thunder clouds. I'm using black and mixing it with white, just keeping it simple. I was actually considering not continuing with the YouTube's videos, as I really didn't have a studio space set up. We have gorgeous new rugs in the living rooms and bedroom, and we have nice new linoleum in the kitchen, so I couldn't really think about using the kitchen table. And my garage is filled right now with woodworking equipment, as my son-in-law has been creating a shed for our new water system. That was another fear, is when we first bought the house, was the water was full of arsenic, so we really couldn't drink really couldn't drink the water and wondering, is this filter system really going to work? Are we going to get poisoned by arsenic? That was my first question about the house. Plus, you know, it's a mortgage of 30 years, and it's like anything in the economy could change, and, you know, stepping out in faith. That's all I can do, is if I'm going to keep going in life. It's what keeps us going is the belief that what we're going to do is going to work and work out. And I must admit, I absolutely adore this house that we're living in now. My neighbors are about I was going to say a mile down the road. No, they're not that far away. But I have an acre out one side of my window, and I've got like a quarter acre out the other side. So my neighbors are some elbow room distance away from us. And they're lovely neighbors. One's named Dottie, and the other one's named Julia. And across the street there's a younger woman with 2 girls, and her name's Caitlin. Now if I can remember the girls' names, that'll be a miracle. I remember Zoe for one of them, and the other one, a Sailor. That's it. I got it. So, they're beautiful children. It's nice to live around children and to be in their presence because they tell the truth most of the time. They say it like it is. We went to a church service in town today, and some little boys were up at the altar, and they one was really vocal. He had a lot of interesting things to say, and what I found most interesting was that he said his mom is still at home. Oh, wait a minute. No, his pregnant mom is still at home. He left her at home today. I'm sitting there watching, and it's like this boy was about 7, 8 years old, and he had 2 younger brothers. So I couldn't blame the woman for staying at home and possibly getting an hour's peace and quiet, because the father brought the children to the church today. And I like how they go off and do like a children's service in a different part of the church. And I must admit that I find the people very friendly and very welcoming, which is a real breath of fresh air. We have a couple of pine trees out back, and I'm not putting in any light because on cloudy days there really isn't, so I'm mixing turquoise blue, yellow, and a little bit of black to get this tree to look like a pine tree. Because we have spruce, and I'm not sure exactly what the other ones are, but they're round. I've never seen round pine trees before, so needless to say, this house has been quite an interesting and new experience. Well, I've come back and I finished painting my house, which is cream and on deep navy blue, and my biggest fear is the thunderbolt lightning hitting our house, which hopefully will not happen. So I'm glad you joined me today for our YouTube video, and hope to see you next week. Thank you. Bye.